This is a short preview of the lecture video available on the ultrasound educational website www.sonoshare.in on the topic Congenital Anomalies of the Urinary Tract. Part 1 about the kidney. Short clippings of the various parts of the lecture video will follow. After seeing the preview, if you would like to listen to the lecture video, please log into sonoshare.in since this is only a preview. Antenatal sonography. This is because of termination. Once an anomaly is detected or regular follow-up of the anomaly detected and better during 5 to 12 weeks from medullary blastema and caudal to the mesonephric tubules by condensation of the intermediate mesoderm and by the ureteric bud, which is an outgrowth from the caudal mesonephric duct. And with this, the mesonephric tubules regress and from the metanephric yellow and the green hindgut. And the mesonephros moves caudally and the kidneys ascend up with this simultaneously. And final, the mesonephros develops in the female the various parts, and the kidney further moves up. And now we'll see the further development of the urinary bladder horseshoe kidney. Now we'll come to the various anomalies of the kidneys. First is the unilateral renal agenesis with an incidence of 1 in 2 ectopia. It can be found on the opposite side with or without fusion with the opposite kidney, or there can be bilateral ectopic kidney in the presacral region. That's called the PANCAKE kidney. Now we'll see one by one. Ectopic kidney, which is presacral. Now here you see ectopic kidney can be low lumbar. Now here you see empty right renal fossa, and search for the kidney shows that the right kidney is ectopic low lumbar in position as shown in this section. And sometimes it can be normal in right, and the section is like this. So there is fusion of both the kidneys. So this is crossed ectopia with fusion on the left side. And the ureteric orifices by ureteric jet are normally located. Whereas here there is crossed ectopia with fusion on the right side. You see the right kidney and left kidney. Whereas the ureteric jet, you see both the above the diaphragm. So this is ectopic thoracic right kidney. And when you do color Doppler, you see the renal artery going from the aorta above the diaphragm to reach the right kidney. Similarly, the renal vein is coming from the kidney to join the IVC, confirming that it is kidney which is situated above the diaphragm, right dome. So this is the MRI, confirms the ectopic thoracic right kidney condition. Solitary cross renal ectopia. The kidney is on the right side, whereas the ureter crosses to the left with the ureteric orifice on the left side, because the jet was seen on the left side. Kidney, it is situated horizontally below the lower pole of the left kidney and fused partly with it. So that is the reverse L-shaped kidney. So the ureteric jet is very useful to rule out an ectopic kidney. We'll see some more examples. Now here, this is a scan of the sagittal scan of the right flank, the right kidney, and scan of the left flank shows that the left renal fossa is empty. Placed anteroposteriorly on the right side. So crossed renal ectopia on the right side, probably anteroposterior fusion. So then, so you see the coronal scan, you see the sweep, you see one kidney that is posterior, and then when you make anterior sweep, you see that. So that is the posterior kidney, that is the anterior kidney, then the upper poles. That is a clue for horseshoe kidney. And again, the contour of the lower poles are not clearly made out. So that is again a second pointer to horseshoe kidney. Then you do a transverse scan of the retroperitoneum to look for the isthmus of the horseshoe kidney anterior to the aorta and IVC in the retroperitoneum. So these are classical features of horseshoe kidney, dysplastic parenchyma like that. So that is the typical features of multicystic dysplastic kidney. Again, it will be dealt with in detail in cystic disease. Now, most of the multicystic dysplastic kidney is involute. As shown here, this is the very large kidney, typically in echogenicity, and there is no corticomedullary differentiation. With also the clinical features, we make a diagnosis of congenital nephrosis. Thank you for your attention. Having gone through the preview, if you wish to listen to the main lecture video, go to sonoshare.in.